Good day, everybody. Good day. Good morning. Hey, hello, Kate. I see Kate smiling down there. Good. Hey there. Angela's still smiling. Melissa, there's people smiling. Betty's here. Hey there, Melissa, Vonda. All right. Great, great. Got Jennifer and Vicky and Denise and Peggy. Just beautiful people, right? Hey, there's Tara. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Good to have Bryant. Will, we've got fellas in here. Real men, right? I'm just kidding. Not really.
May I ask a question?
Please.
We were looking at we as in a group of us up here, we're looking at a recipe for pimento cheese. And it says it counts as a 1 and a 2. And I'm trying to figure out why it counts as a 1 and a 2 because there's nothing in it that's a 2. So my thought was maybe that's a way to cover the calories because all it has in it is fat-free cheese. I don't have it with me. Fat-free cream cheese, the fat-free cheddar cheese, and then you put like chipotle chili powder in it. It's not the 3-ingredient one. It's the one that says pimento cheese in the recipes, I think is what it says. And it has a picture of actual pimento cheese. The other one has pictures of the ingredients. Sorry, I don't have it with me. Well, I haven't printed it yet. But I'm just trying to figure out what's the 2.
There's not one there. Does it say to have it with, it's a 1. Does it say to have it with like Fiber Gourmet crackers or Bran Crisp or anything?
It has a very lengthy description of what you can have it with and how you can have it. Like 2 tablespoons is a condiment, because a tablespoon of it's about 20 to 25 calories, depending upon, oh, it had mayonnaise, depending upon the mayonnaise that you put in it. Yeah, it was a very long description of how to have it.
Yeah. So probably whoever put it in there had that on their mind is all that I can figure, because there's no fiber in it. So if it says a lot about Bran Crisp or Fiber Gourmet crackers, or
it doesn't.
Okay, yeah, it shouldn't be a 1+2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's usually I don't even on a recipe. I don't even put numbers. I know some of the girls in the past have felt that it's better with the numbers in there, but I just don't think you can do recipes like that. I think recipes ends up being more about the overall calories and there being enough in there to blunt the blood sugar impact, and they're more like a meal replacement because you're hodgepodging a lot of stuff together. So in that case, I would have labeled that a 1 and said, please have this according to normal combination rules. You could have this much of it with a category 2 like, or you could have this much of it with a 2 and a 3 or a 2 and a 5. You can have the pimento cheese on a category 2 bread and then have an apple for dessert. That's how I would have wrote it up, but it's not a 1 and 2.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, good call. Amy said pimentos are 2. That's probably what they were thinking, Amy. But I wouldn't have said that because they're
really.
Yeah, pimentos are a 2. Amy, good call. Amy nailed it. Whoever did that, they knew their stuff because pimentos are a 2. My thoughts are there's not enough pimentos in pimento cheese to count as a 2. It would be more of a condiment. Does that make sense? But then,
yes, there's like 4 ounces of pimentos, and this ends up making like 3.5 cups in a recipe.
Yes. So a lot of it back when we were signing up 700-800 people a month, you have to divide and conquer. And that would have been like in a team meeting, one of those calls where I would have said, okay, on this one, here's what I would have been thinking. Tell me what you were thinking. And that's how we used to train. And they would, and I would have said, but actually you're 1 and 2. Don't worry about making mistakes when you're putting stuff in the library, because you're trying to lead people in the right way. And as long as we're not hurting them. So anytime you put it in there and you're making it, your combination that you come up with is safe and not hurting anybody, don't worry about making mistakes. And that would have been one of those, not a mistake, and it didn't hurt anybody. Does that make sense?
It does. Amy, thank you so much. I never knew that about a pimento.
Yeah, Amy nailed it. Good
She's been
stuff.
listening to you.
I know. Yes, she did good. I didn't even catch it.
Well, a pimento is it's just a pepper.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't hurt you at all. If there's a lot in there, you could definitely count it as your 2. But I doubt, I've never seen pimento cheese where I said, can I have some cheese with my pimento? So it, and then 2, let me see what I just did a fun thing. Listen to this. I just asked my assistant in my account. Y'all see me do this at We Fixed It. The quicker we get this to y'all, it's going to be amazing. So I asked my chat bot, my assistant, in my Faithfully Fit account, I said, please give me a pimento cheese recipe better, more tasty than any existing that we have that follows the shibboleth rules. Sure. 1 cup of fat-free shredded cheese, cheddar cheese, 1/4 cup of reduced fat cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of fat-free Greek yogurt, 1/4 cup of diced pimentos, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, salt, smoked paprika. This is 80 calories, 9 grams of protein per serving, only 2 carbohydrates and 2 grams of fat, fitting perfectly, Travis, with your program. I believe that your clients would love this recipe. What'd y'all think about that? What I just said?
I couldn't write fast enough. That's what I think about it. So I'll go back and listen to the recording but later tonight. So I'll have it tomorrow.
It does sound good.
Do y'all think that's cool though?
Yes.
Yes.
I've been telling y'all, people give up on me, but I've been working on this stuff for 2.5, 3 years, and it's coming to fruition. I think it's beautiful. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that out. I thought I'd flex the capabilities that's coming a little bit. That's why I'm desperately trying to find more partners, because it's going to make shibboleth so much easier, right? Yes, I will actually put this on my Facebook profile. What we want to be careful of, though, is not to let people have this ability without earning their fast track badge and journey badge. Why would we require that?
Because if you don't know the foundation, you're sunk and you're on a diet.
That's right. And watch this. How many young people, I'm 50, about to be 54. How many young people do you know that if they're working a cash register, the cash register don't tell them what change to give back, they can't do it?
Yeah. I went to McDonald's one day and the power went out, and they couldn't count the change back. I had to tell them how much they owed me.
Right. Exactly. And if you ask me, it's pitiful. So it's the cash register. When I worked cash registers, that was quick, but I could even ascertain that's about right, that it's because I know math. But they can't count change back. So there, and I could talk about many applications like that. The need is quick, fast, quick, but that's not always good for our behavior modification. You knowing the program, that's what makes it work. And then this stuff is like me, who knows math. I'm very good with math, thank God. Having a calculator just makes the whole thing more efficient, you see? But we got to make sure before we hand that off that everyone knows why that recipe worked. If somebody just got the recipe, what if it spits out some junk? You know, they wouldn't spot it. But like Cindy would spot if it said something wrong, and she would question me about it. But if you don't know and you just say, here, make it all easy for you, you're not accomplishing anything. So just saying. Yeah, mom says, and they don't know percentages. Yeah, they just pull their phones out. Yep. Okay, good stuff. We'll put that recipe out later. Where were we? Got some Q&A here. Jennifer says, Coach Doss says, same concept within why God doesn't remove all the strongholds we ask. We quit seeking him, right? I wouldn't need him. Jennifer, I just prayed about this the other day, Coach Dawson. Why is it so hard? Because Travis, so far, your maturity level has not shown me that when I bless you, that you'll keep needing me. So I have to let you go through stuff so you'll keep coming to me. As soon as I know within the heart that you feel your need of me daily, even when things are amazing, your life is going to change, right? So we have to feel our need of God. Good stuff. Anna. Oh, sorry, I called your name, but I think it's okay. This was anonymous. Question about Egg Whites International. I got mine yesterday. They weren't cold. Is that okay? Open it up and smell them. If you smell anything off, they should not have a smell. If they have any smell, and you won't question yourself. If you go, I don't know, maybe I smell, they're fine. With egg whites, when they're bad, you know, there's no question. So when you smell them, if you don't smell anything real poignant, they're okay.
How long do they last in the refrigerator?
Oh, Lord, 6 months. I think you're supposed to go through them in 3 months, but I've never had a problem. I've hardly ever had any go bad. Yeah, I love them. I use them as the base of my shakes. I don't talk about it a lot because it's one more thing that people go, now I got to buy that. But it's Egg Whites International is what I use for the base of my shake, and they make delicious omelets. Anna, don't worry about it. They're double pasteurized. Just make sure there's no smell. Will you go over the Jesus is Lord part of the challenge? I will. That's my favorite part. So let me go into the website. By the way, another fun thing, that little assistant gave me another pimento cheese and said, this one would taste better, but it would be a category 4 and you'd have to use Sargento reduced fat. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm a nerd. I can't help it. So the journal challenge, we're going to resources, Brian, and we're going to digital worksheets, and we're going to monthly street calendar. Oh, I'm in the wrong account. We've modified it. We modified a sheet that we use for other purpose, and it's going to work fine for what we're doing. If this goes good, I'll probably do something that's more automated, but we've got the monthly street calendar. And you can see here, I have put one letter per slot, right? Jesus is Lord. And then we follow the point rule. Before we transition to other things that have been asked today, I want to make sure that you understand the points and what we're doing, that you don't have to do this phrase. You can just journal daily and get your point for your team. And that's going to make a difference in your life. But if you want to play along and lose exponential amount of fat, that's, mind blowing. Play the game with us, and it's not a game. It's Jesus is Lord, and we're making ourselves mindful of that, almost like if we're all kids in vacation Bible school. We're making ourselves mindful of that. Who we're eating unto, who we're doing this for. The more times you complete the phrase, the more points you get. and there's a point ledger that we sent out, and we'll send it out daily. And you've got, and I want you to put the points in the description when you think that you're done so that we can come and check it. Put the points so we're kind of on the same page based upon your point ledger, since I haven't gotten it automated yet. But Jesus is Lord. So if you have a wow challenge, you complete it successfully, you get to pick one letter. It's a wild card. You have 3 wow challenges, you get like, so July the 1st, you did J. You can only do one a day if you do wow challenges. July 2nd, you did E. And then on the 3rd, you did S. Okay. And then all of a sudden you do a zip slim challenge and you do it perfectly and you get 2 letters. So you go, I want them 2 letters. Then you do a wow challenge and walk 30,000 steps. And I think it was something like 3 letters. You'd have to look, but I do it on the day, right? So I would put all 3. You can earn 1 letter a day up to the whole phrase. So like if you get 50,000 steps and a wow challenge or a zip slim challenge, you got the whole phrase in 1 day. And then you can start, you save that worksheet, that's your scorecard, we'll go to the next day. If you did 50,000 steps a day, nobody's doing that. But if you did 50,000 steps a day and did wow challenges for 40 days, you'd probably set a world record for fat loss. And you'd probably be on TV, but it would be because you completed that phrase every day for 40 days. That might be mind blowing, wouldn't it? And I'm telling you, it would happen. It's crazy. So, yeah. Does that make sense, Bryant? Yeah, if you don't have the point system, check your spam folder, promotional folder. You can get that from Lisa or Geraldine. Anna, what was the Zip Slim Challenge? It's a special set of meal plans that I gave Sandy and Charles to keep them going in the right direction for a little season, mixing things up for them. They've already lost 70 pounds combined, and Sandy does really well with Zip Slim, so I give them some Zip Slim challenges, and the more of those they do, the better their success. It's regulates your metabolism, controls your appetite, optimizes hormones, gives you a good feel good, detoxifies your body. There's nothing unclean in that drink, which I like. So that's what they drink, their Zip Slim and collagen concoction. And then they can do that 1 or 2 times a day, and then they eat their dinner for a few days. And they get a lot of points for it.
So I have a question I asked, you answered as far as we don't have to do the supplements that's in the wows, but like the protein one. So I have the mac and cheese, but I don't have the hot chocolate or something else. I don't have the lunch and breakfast one. So can I just do the mac and cheese twice a day?
Absolutely. Actually, that would work, but you can't. So let me show y'all, because she raises a good question. Wow challenges, like if a dietitian's looking at them, they're thinking I've lost my mind. These were meant to not promote food, but promote self-discipline. Let me do this. I read a scripture and it said there, I forget where it was, but they were doing a fast and they ate no savory food, which meant they were eating, but they weren't eating stuff they really liked, as they had committed that period of time under the Lord. And I was inspired to come up with 1-day challenges that we called to help people reverse a trend. Like if they were on a trend, lost their discipline, reverse that trend and declare war on your flesh's weakness. Wow. So I put them together with fun, weird stuff that still gets you through the day with your macros intact. But the only way to do these on the honor system is to not have any variableness. So I'm looking through these and I'm finding one that I like. So let's say I look at this, I go, what is this one? Mexican, I might can do this for a day. And it says breakfast. Choose one of your favorite high protein, health-wise shibboleth or produce soups. You can have up to 2 packages as a meal. If you'd rather have a shibboleth approved grilled cheese sandwich for breakfast, you can replace the soup with the approved grilled cheese. So if I go, I don't like any of that. I'm not sure that I don't want to do this, though. I might want to do it because of the Mexican soup. So I don't want that. So I have to omit it. I can't add to it. I can't take away. Now, what we do, if you submit foods that you like and want to see on it, that's why some of them have people's names. Given the time, I will get to it. Or if you pay me, I'll get to it today. Y'all can, I'm sorry. I just have to call it like it is. But we'll get it on there eventually. But yeah, if you say I want on the front of the line and I want this wow challenge, if you pay me, I'll do it for you. That's an idea too, Lisa, to raise money. We could say, pay now, give me 3 ingredients.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
So for lunch, you've got Mexican restaurant style chicken soup. You've got lunch and dinner having the chicken soup with no rice at the Mexican restaurant. So I can have those. I like them. I need to follow the snack rule freebies. And it says, here's your supplements. But see, because I can omit things, I'm okay if I don't have the supplements. I just can't add to it. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And then sometimes look down here at exercise. Sometimes I allow a little more carbohydrate on a meal plan. So the only way you can have it is if you also agree to get your steps in. Then when I find one that I like, I just accept it, ladies, men. And then what day am I declaring unto the Lord that I'm going to do this? Well, I'm declaring it for today. I'm going to do it today. I haven't had anything I can't have except. Now, when I go to my journal, in my challenge section, you can see I'm doing that wow. Once I have successfully completed it, on the honor system, I mark complete and I earn my wow badge. If I didn't do it right, I have to tap out and I earn a devil badge. Diet Devil 1. I lost. Diet Devil 1. The enemy won. We don't get rid of that badge. We have people get so mad about that badge. You did it, not me. So all you got to do to get rid of it is what, everybody? Do what you said you were going to do.
Hey, Travis, I've noticed on the phone to complete that is a little bit hard to do. So I've found that I have to go to my laptop or my desk computer or whatever. I don't know where that box pops up when you're on your phone. And I have an Android, so maybe mine's different from you iPhone users. But just a little word of warning, you may have to go to another computer to be able to actually find the completion box.
I will check on that. I didn't know that because I'm always on the computer for that thing, that wow challenge. Not easy wow challenge.
Travis, I've got a question about some of the wow challenges, and I know AHS mac and cheese, and but there's a couple of them that have AHS spaghetti, AHS chili. So I don't. I mean, are
Lisa,
those?
Thank you, Vicky. Lisa, did you hear Vicky? This is why it's a family effort. Are you there? Okay, so before you came, Lisa, there was these meals called Health-Wise and AHS meals that they no longer make. They don't make them anymore. So the ones that she's talking about, Health-Wise microwave meals, or the AHS microwave meals, not the mac and cheese or fettuccine or cheesesteak pasta. Those are still made. any of those we need to replace with the same one. No rush on this. The HMR, they have the same products. Are you with me, Lisa? So you could put a couple of different ones and say any of the HMR microwave products or AHS mac and cheese, fettuccine, or cheesesteak pasta. For all of those wows, any HMR microwave meal and or AHS, the ones that still remain. During COVID, we lost a lot of good products. Maybe one of the girls can help you, Lisa. I know you've got a lot. Is there a product on Amazon that is comparable to GC Control powder? I'm not aware of it. I think it's magnificent. I'm not aware of any other powder like that one. If you're just looking for a shake, though, you can do Beverly, you can do Premier, you can do Advocare, but I'm unaware of anything that rivals GC Control, unfortunately. By the way, a lot of people have said that they would use the wellness company products, but they don't like getting an order every month. You can be a non-member member and order when you want, and you lose the 30 to 50% discount, and you can't really share it. You're not an affiliate, but who cares? And the product is still well worth the price compared to other products. So you can order it when you want if you don't want to be an every month person. Anybody else? There was a couple of other things. If I miss it, forgive me. I do have a client that wanted to share something, if everybody's ready. This is regarding the walking challenge, and Donna Green asked me to share something with the group. I'm not typically able to make live classes, but I'm trying to watch the recordings. Thank you, Donna, for doing that and contributing to the community. As you talked about the 50,000 steps to get the phrase, Jesus is Lord, I felt led to tell you about one of my sons. Maybe one of our shibboleth walkers can get some ideas. For his 25th birthday, my son, I've never heard of this being done. I know it has, but I've never heard of it. My son decided he was going to celebrate by walking 100,000 steps. That would take me about 12 hours of straight walking to do. He was going to get 100,000 steps. He planned out the entire time in advance to ensure his success. He started on the treadmill at midnight, scheduled friends to walk with him throughout the day on local walks, walked from his city to the next city over and back, with friends meeting and walking together along the way. I'm sure he listened to great music and inspirational podcasts. I think he did more treadmill later in the day. His body and legs gave out in the afternoon, so he rested a couple of hours, but it was only a delay. He was not defeated. He completed 100,000 steps out of sheer determination, prayers, support from friends, and strength from the Lord. She wanted to share that with y'all, and I think to inspire you to go for 50,000. So that certainly inspired me, and what an amazing day that would be to accomplish that. Good job to you for raising such an animal in a good way. That's an animal that can do that. I mean, that's a male code for positive. That's positive. It's not a bad thing. What about berberine that's offered on Amazon? How does that compare? Well, there'd be no way for me to give an honest assessment of that because I'm not going to try them all. By now, y'all know me. I'm going to stick up for 4 or 5 companies that I like, that I researched, that I agree with. I do know that there is a ton of berberine on the market to capitalize on the fad that is junk. To spend the time and the research, and it would just drive me crazy. Now, I respect the question. Please don't take that any way other than if it's not the wellness company and it's not Thorne and it's not Advocare, I'm not doing it. And another reason too, how do you know it works? Because I'd have to take every one of them and test it against my continuous glucose monitor, and I've already found one that works. So I'm sticking with it. Now, the difference, I think, is in the sourcing, and I think in Oligo. I cannot pound it enough. Sometimes when I'm pushing things so hard, I think y'all would agree with this. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I am the same way. If somebody's pounding something all the time, it's a turnoff to me. Does anybody agree? I mean, I feel that way. So I know I do that sometimes. And I know it just causes the human psychology to say, I'm going to do something different because I don't like that being run down my throat every day. I'm not trying to do that. If you've noticed, I always give you an alternative that I make no money off of. Have y'all noticed that? It's really important to me. It's stupid of me to do, but it's really important to me because I'm after your heart. If I believe in something, whether I make anything or not, I want you to get it. And if I were y'all, I would either do Thorn Berberine or the Wellness Company, or I wouldn't do it. That's how I feel. But should you try it, some other brand that's cheaper, you should try it. Just know that all companies, okay, they're operating pretty much on the same margin. If you watch Shark Tank, listen to me, hear the old bald-headed man. If you watch Shark Tank, you know immediately the sharks will say on that product, you need such and thus margin, right? Or you won't make it. That's just, this is the industry average. These supplement companies, they all work off of the same margin or they can't be competitive. So when something's cheaper, it does not mean you're getting a better price, a better value, excuse me. They're shortcutting somewhere to be the low-cost leader in the area. And where they're going to shortcut is in something like Oligo. They're not going to add the chromium where you absorb it. All this kind of stuff matters. But all I can do is say, this is what I believe, and then let people make their judgment. Does that make sense? No, Oligo is not nanotechnology. It's just simple minerals that are natural minerals, Jennifer. It's just natural minerals to help you absorb the product. There's no nanotechnology. I know, I'm very familiar with what you're talking about. It has nothing to do with that. Yep. Thank you, Jody. It is just straight up natural minerals so that you can absorb it. That's all it is. And the right capsules. If you put powders in the wrong capsules, your enzymes can't get to it properly. Everything's got to be on point with supplements, or you're doing yourself no good. You're throwing money away. If I spend $20 on something that works, is that cheaper than spending $10 on something that was a waste of my money? Same thing with your ground beef. I'll relate it to ground beef. My mom's here, and I do pick on her. She's great, y'all. She is all into this thing, and I tease her a lot. But back in the day, she's like, no, I'm buying that 70% lean. It's on sale. But when you buy 70% lean ground beef or turkey, you think that that's lean. But in fact, here's your package. Here's your 1 pound package. And it says 70% lean, y'all. Right? You think 70% of that's protein. In that entire package, watch. Legit. Only this much of that package, they were talking about 70% of the weight is protein. So the only protein is about this much of that product. The rest of this is slaughterhouse fat where animals were slaughtered in an inhumane way and adrenaline coursed through their bodies, and you're picking up all that inflammation. Is that what we want? So I'm going 96% lean. Do I pay double? I do. But per serving, it's only 50 cents more or whatever. It's just a different, if we really want to get well, we have to think about things different. We're going to do that class where I show you budget friendly and how budget friendly my lifestyle is. I get teased all the time about supplements. I couldn't afford those supplements. Well, you don't have to have any of them. But I guarantee you, the average person that's making $40,000 a year, okay, you take they're not making much, right? You take them and you look at their eating lifestyle and mine daily is less expensive even with my supplements. I'm not buying junk. I'm not gonna. So what I buy might be a little more expensive per serving. It's better for me, controls my appetite, and I'm not going through bags of Doritos and Cheetos. Does that make sense? And you can't even factor in the cost of your health care. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous. Most of what you see in your grocery store, we can make work on this program, but most of it's junk. It's just a mindset. I've been doing this for 20 years, and y'all have never heard me come out and endorse a product and ever draw back from it, except for a couple of times. One was Lenny and Larry cookies. 2 was Dreamfield's pasta. And number 3 was Feel Free. Other than that, I stand by what we say, do, and teach. And I'm going with them good supplement brands. Onnit, Melaleuca, Thorne, Advocare, and Beverly. That's it. There's just no other reason to go outside of that. Wondering about berberine doing wow, that's 3 Power Crunch bars for my day. When should I take berberine? Just twice, anytime during that day. You know, just berberine, making sure I don't lead you wrong, because I do it different times. It says take 1 tablet twice a day for about before a balanced meal. So before you eat that, take a berberine. And I'll monitor my glucose monitor for content reasons, for proof reasons. And the days that I take 2 berberine, my blood sugars are much better. When I take, but it never really falls off the ledge too much. When I also take carbies before a carb meal, it goes doop. So I'm carrying much lower blood sugar levels because I'm learning through this continuous glucose monitor. And what I'm learning is that what we teach is even more powerful than I ever imagined. Yeah, let me go back to Lenny and Larry. Lenny and Larry's approved again, Sally. Back in the day, I got in an argument with their owner, and I told everybody you can still have them, but I won't ever talk about them again. And then we made up. So, but I never told people they couldn't have them. I told them you'll have to change because they were lying on the package. They were lying about the carb total. And then Dreamfield pasta, same thing. We used to endorse it, but they were lying on the nutritional profile and got busted. I don't even know if they were able to keep the company going. And then Feel Free, ditch it fast. Never touch it. It's a demon in a blue bottle. What is the Advocare product called? What we talking about? Geez, okay, it's their meal replacement shake, Deanna. They have a really good meal replacement shake. Advocare does. It's just called Advocare meal replacement shake. They have both the powder and the ready to drink. I like the ready to drink. I use it as my coffee creamer. But either one is fine. What you need to know, ready to drink is convenient. You do lose a little bit of the good nutrition. The meal replacement powder, not as convenient, but much better. What do you recommend to replace Lenny and Larry? Hopefully I covered that, Miss Leona. That was back in the day. We have ways of eating them now. We've just had, if you've noticed, we've had to change up a half a cookie with a Health-Wise hot chocolate. The only time that you should do a Lenny and Larry cookie, and I love them, by the way. I love them. There's a wow challenge about this. The only way to have best cookie on the market. The only way to have a Lenny and Larry cookie, the whole cookie at one time, is on a 2 eating episode day. And I guarantee you won't be hungry. You might mentally want something else, but you won't be hungry. Like to have a Lenny and Larry for breakfast or lunch, and then to have one for dinner. Those are huge cookies. It isn't, it is a meal replacement shake, Miss Deanna. It's not a protein shake. Like Beverly UMP is a protein shake. GC Control and Advocare meal replacement, they're meal replacement shakes. Yep. Karen says those are going to be here next week. The Lenny and Larry Oreo replacement. Are you getting the big ones too, Karen? I can't remember. All right. So Karen's about to get, the more you support the Shibby Shop, the more you have my thanks. I can't thank you enough. It's the only way forward, y'all, is us coming up with creative ways to keep this thing going. So thank you for your support. And note, if you haven't got, has anybody ordered lately and you got a Shibby Shop meal plan? I want to make sure that's happening. If you didn't, then let Lisa know so we can get it to you. After you order, every week, there's a new Shibby Shop meal plan. So you can print those off, put them in a 3-ring binder, and we're teaching you how to use those items the right way, incorporating whole food into your day with those products. Is how they're supposed to be used. Does GC Control have bioengineering? Does not. Everything about the wellness company is meant to be good for your body, clean. People will point out that some of their stuff has sucralose. Sucralose in negligible amounts, depending on where it was sourced, has different impact. So sucralose is, again, it's just a matter of debate and contention amongst people. If you're going to consume something sweet that's not fruit, stay away from table sugar. Anything that replaces that, I'm all about. In Cynthia, we are trying to get MCT oil now. How about a round of applause for Karen? She's worked really hard to make sure that we have a Shibby Shop, and I appreciate her so much, as I did all the folks that came before her that went with me on this journey that's not stopped yet. Some people just had to go in a different direction. Karen's done a fabulous job, as everyone before her has. We appreciate them. Did those that completed the detox challenge get the detox tab? Jennifer Sergey's still working on that. I have, because of the situation, put a huge heavy load on a very small team, and he's working on one task after another. Right now, they're trying to figure out how to get y'all's app back up too. But we have not forgotten you. Anybody else? Questions, comments, anything?
Good morning, Travis. It's Deborah.
Hey, Deborah.
How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
Good. Just a quick question back to the Jesus of Lord. I don't know if I misunderstood in the orientation or if maybe something changed after the fact. I was thinking there was some challenges or wow challenges going to be sent out that went along with the letters of the phrase.
Yeah.
And that's how we would earn it. But it sounds like now you're saying just when we complete one, just pick a letter. Is that?
Yeah, well, we did an orientation after that because as the team met, this was kind of a spontaneous, God-inspired thing where I was looking at the data during a journey class, and it was pitiful. The people's results were at a stop. or people were gaining if they were still recording, and it was related to the lack of journaling. So I went on a rant, and I was like, couldn't even shut my mouth up. And I knew I was putting a burden on our team. And I had done a game like this before, and I said, that's what we'll do. But then when we got to looking at it, it was much easier on everybody to do it the following way. And we did another orientation about it and then sent this out. It makes a lot more sense to do it this way, and it's just as fun, if not more fun, and it's easier. It cut out the confusion completely. So wow challenges are what we call wild cards. If you complete a wow challenge, you get any letter for that day that you want. This will require strategy because, for example, I'm not going to use a wow challenge for the letter J if I know on the weekend I'm going to complete 30,000 steps and get the whole phrase Jesus. Okay, so you've got your wow challenges are one letter. Pick a letter per day. Sandy and Charles Zip Slim challenges haven't been sent to y'all yet. Those are pick 2 letters. Then you have any of those challenges plus 20,000 steps, 3 letters, 30,000 steps, the phrase Jesus, 50,000 steps, you complete the whole phrase. Then it goes over your battle buddies, how many extra points you get. 21-day self-mastery, once you complete it, if you were in it, 25 points. When you complete Jesus is Lord, the phrase, you get 100 points for your team. And there will be some mini rewards for the top achievers. So every time you get that, you earn 100 points for your team. Does that make sense?
It does. And I saw that handout. I didn't listen to the orientation, but I saw that when they sent it out. I just didn't realize there wasn't going to still be a wow challenge sheet that had the letters corresponding with it.
Yeah, when we started that, I started putting it together, and it was so confusing. And if y'all have ever done challenges, you know, even if it's just a straight up journal challenge where we say journal today and you get 1 point, there's nothing special to eat, people are still confused. So when I started putting together the J and the E and the da, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got myself a mess. So we come up with that legend, and it was like, oh, that's nice. That'll work. It'll be more fun.
Okay, so like today, I just picked a wow challenge that I'm doing. It's like a meta pepper something, I don't remember. So
Yeah.
I would just pick a letter to go with that. But then
Yeah.
I know there's one place, is the wild cards only certain challenges?
No, any of them.
No,
That's
any of them? Okay.
all the wow challenges are a one-eyed jack.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else? Any other questions? Did I miss anything? I feel like I did, but I can't remember what it was. See, Sally's got one. Let's see. Sometimes when we do journey, y'all, we do have lessons. If you're coming back because you've heard, we've had so much. Thank you for starting the journey classes. We're still doing them. Sometimes though, there's a need where there's support needed. Okay. But when we don't have questions, we're on journey.
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to tell the group I bought a contraption that is been a game changer for my protein shakes, and it's the Ninja Creamy. I don't know if any of you have that thing. It is so good. You take I take like a bottle or a protein drink, depending on how much is in there. You add like you want to make it a little sweeter, so I'll add some sweetener in. Maybe I try to keep whatever I put in it under 300 calories, and then you freeze it overnight. And then you put it in the creamy, and it makes an entire pint of ice cream. Oh my goodness, it's good. So just a game changer for protein shakes.
Good stuff. Good to know. And Sally's asked, she's looking for a cracker that's like Fiber Gourmet, because I'm assuming she's having a hard time finding it. And I'm not aware, all I'm aware of is Bran Crisp and Wassa. But she's looking for a real cracker. So hold on, let me see.
Travis,
Uh-huh.
we've got Karen's got the Fiber Gourmet crackers now. The Thinables
Okay.
in the store. I just ordered a whole case because I can't live without them either, Sally.
I didn't know. I should know, Karen. I'm sorry. I was going to check in a cracker, just like the Fiber Gourmet cracker. You're looking for the hexagon ones? They discontinued those. Is there a high fiber cracker?
The Thinables are really good, Sally.
Bear with me. I'm checking now.
Sally, I've got some hexagon in my cabinet. I wish you lived close to me because they're so crumbly. I like the Thinables because I can stick them in my Wendy's chili, or I can dip them in peanut butter as a snack. But just lots of different ways to use those Thinables. You ought to give them a try.
I think if you're just aching to the hexagon, I like the Fiber Gourmet crackers too. And I don't know if Karen can even find these, but I found one that might do the trick, if you'll bear with me. Again, I'm not saying that I like these better than the one that Mom's talking about, but these will work, but you have to be careful with them, please. If you're not familiar with them, the Crunch Master, do you see this, Sally? Don't ask me how I keep up with all this. I'm a foodie and an eatie. All of theirs don't work, but Sally, do you see the Crunch Master protein? If you're looking for the little, it's not a hexagon if you're just looking for shape, but it is a little similar. I like these. I wish that we could get the hexagons. The multi-seed will work too, but it's a category 3. You could use the Protein Crunch Master as a 2. It's kind of like a wheat thin, but it works. Whereas these ones, multi-seed is a 3. So if you stick to these, it might be an alternative if you don't like Fiber Gourmet, the Fiber Gourmet crackers that exist now. Freeze the protein drink overnight and add it to the machine. That's all. My phone had a glitch and I missed it. So Vicky, that was you, right? Anna's needing to know, freeze the protein drink overnight, then add it to the machine. Is that what I do? She's asking. Yeah, Lisa, those are in most grocery stores. Those Crunch Master protein, they're really good with that pimento cheese recipe that was mentioned earlier.
Hey, Travis.
Uh-huh. Hey,
It's Karen. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm out in the car, but on the Fiber Gourmet, I just want to let everybody know that Thinables and then the biscottis are going to be out of stock once we run out in the Shibby store. They are totally redoing their snack line, and I tried to order this week actually the Thinables and some more of the biscotti, and the guy told me they're out of stock and they won't have any until they redo. Don't know why they're wanting to fix something that's not broke, but but anyway, so once we're out, we'll be out until they get all that changed up. But he said they're going to be coming out with some new items as well. So just so everybody knows, that's kind of once they're gone from the store, they'll be gone until they redo it.
yeah. And Karen, good. Thanks for sharing. I know I was supposed to, but my brain was not. I couldn't get it in gear. Sally says, "Good grief, why mess with a good product?" Just to explain to y'all, I think it's important. to explain 9 times out of 10 what is happening. They're not trying to mess it up, but some supplier of an ingredient has went out of business. And it's never been more prevalent than today, and it's because of our economy. You've got companies dropping out left and right, and especially in spaces for health and nutrition, because they can't make money. Bye, Karen. Thanks for all you do. Another idea for protein shakes is a mixed crushed orange water pack with ice blend. Tastes like a dreamsicle. Good one. Anybody else have anything before we go? Everybody satisfied, hearts and minds clear. Once we don't have support questions, yeah, this is a good class, right? It was worth coming to. We learned stuff. When we don't have this, which I'd rather have this, then we tackle another journey lesson. They do. They want us fat and sick, but not dead, so that we can pay our taxes and be consumers. But if they can keep us fat and sick, they control us. That's right, Sally.
Travis, what is the protein powder called on AdvoCare? I'm not seeing it. I only see the replacement shakes.
Yeah, I looked above, and she had given you the link. They only have the replacement shake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, meal replacement shakes, all they carry. Now, they do have a protein, but I wouldn't get it. It's good, but it's double the price of what it should be. It's called Body Lean, if you want to look for that. And it's a high quality protein if you're just wanting straight protein. But why do that? Get Beverly something like that. If you want Body, I make money off of it, and I don't off Beverly right now. So but Body Lean is about twice the cost of what it should be for what's in that container. So that's why you don't hear me talk about it.
I would be using it as a meal replacement, but what I'm hearing is it probably wouldn't be good to use a protein shake as a meal replacement for weight loss, right?
It would be good to do. It's an excellent thing to do. We do that all the time. We like Beverly. And meal replacement shakes are meant to be a more balanced meal with carbohydrate. Protein is going to lack carbohydrate. Avoiding the carbohydrate will cause and allow for more weight loss. So there's nothing wrong with going the straight protein shake route. It's always been fine. It's always been approved.
Okay.
But if that's the route that you're going, then I suggest, again, Beverly or Thorne,
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else? Yeah,
Travis,
I've always preferred protein shake over a meal replacement shake until GC control come on my radar. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I was just when I came in, y'all were discussing the pimentos. So I missed the first part. Was there I know I heard your AI pimento cheese recipe. But were y'all talking about a specific pimento cheese or something in the beginning that sparked that conversation?
Yes, there was one in the library that Cindy found, and there was a question about why it was a 1+2.
Okay.
And I didn't catch it, and Cindy didn't catch it, but it had pimentos in it. So whoever put it in there, they added the 2 because there were pimentos. So we were just having a discussion about why was that recipe a 1+2 instead of just a 1.
Okay. And then the whole time that you were reading out that recipe that was generated, I was wondering about the Sargento reduced fat cheese, because to me that just is better than the fat free. And I think you answered that question. We could still do that, but it would be a 4.
Yeah.
Is that correct? And then eat it with a category 2 bread or some crackers or something. Okay.
Now, and what we're doing, when we say AI, it's AI, you can put it within a rule set. So if you're talking open AI, it doesn't have that rule set. So what we have to do every day is train it on all of our formulas So when it's inside our website, it can't get outside of that rule set. And it takes months of getting it right because it has a memory. So what has happened, we've used it and tested it and worked it every day until now it knows it's gotten so many hand slaps, we don't use cornstarch, except for in this case. We don't use, so I've been able to train it with my limited knowledge from 20 years, and it is able very quickly to say, based upon your formulas, here's what might work. So it's within the confines of the program. So
Right. Oh, well, believe me, I'm going to leave that part up to you anyway to
Yeah.
do. I wouldn't dare go out and ask AI to do something for me.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you do, it's the one that's open AI, it leans more into plant-based, it leans more into carbohydrate, it leans more into organic. There's some good things about it, but it's not trained to know that we believe here that monk fruit and splenda is good, right? So it's
Right.
those kind of things you got to train it on.
Exactly.
Anybody else? Yeah, it knows Sargento, like we give it every cheese that we approve. So it's like it knows, and then I say, there ain't no other cheese that's approved. So it's kind of fun. And it'll go, may I ask why? So, all right. All righty then. Anybody else? Everybody good? All hearts and minds clear? We will have our 7 o'clock Faithfully Fit and Partner session tonight, Lord willing. All right. Anybody want to dismiss us in prayer? Yes, I do. I'm sorry. I'm working hard on the meal plans, and I've got yours on the list today. So I'm really working hard on that. Just bear with me. It's been a very challenging ride, and I'm smiling, and I just need as much patience as y'all can muster until we pull out of this. Anybody else? How long does it take to get your meal plan? Right now, I have about a 2-day lead time. So if you purchase one today, I believe that you'll have it within 48 hours after you favorite your foods. I can't do anything until you favorite those foods, or I'm just throwing darts in the dark. And every time I do that, I spend an hour to 2 hours doing these. And every time I do that, there's like, I don't like this stuff. So I have to have what do you like to eat? And then I get started. It's about a 2-day lead time. Anybody got anything good? All right, I'll close this out in prayer. Appreciate everybody being here today. I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. Pray for us. We're praying for you. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in the earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread. Forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Thank y'all. Talk soon.
Thank you, Travis.
Thank you, Deanna. Thank you, Shirley. Thanks, everybody. Journal.